Alright guys, Affordable Tech Solutions Zombie Apocalypse Edition. So the scenario is we've got to find a way to connect our desk phones from work and extend the PBX remotely so you can plug in those desk phones from home. So stick around. Alright guys, so you may or may not know that I'm from New Mexico, and New Mexico is one of your more stringent states on shelter-in-place laws and regulations, and anybody that is deemed a non-essential business is essentially shut down. It's so bad, I can't even find a place to get a haircut. Even trying to work something up to get a haircut, I feel sketch, like there's something black market shit that I'm doing there, so I've pretty much given up on that aspect. But anyway, heading into this COVID-19 lockdown, we were preparing at work, and now luckily I do work for a company that's considered essential, but that doesn't stop us from trying to practice good social distancing, and we've implemented a work from home rotation and stuff. But in preparing for this, we were getting set up, and so that question had come up, is how are we going to connect our phones at work so people can work from home? Now I know there's all kinds of solutions, believe me. Went through a bunch of different solutions, okay? Now a lot of phone systems are proprietary. They have their proprietary gateways that handle this problem transparently, but if you don't have that, now in our case we have a hodgepodge of equipment, everything from Grandstream, Yealink, Polycom, Cisco, Astra, we've got it all, and the reason why is because, all I was ever using is industry standard SIP. I can connect anything to our PBX, and it was because of that flexibility that this solution was put into place. But so anyway, we were practicing and preparing for this idea, and how are we going to connect our phones remotely? And there's all kinds of solutions out there. I mean, one being that you can potentially just use a soft phone on a VPN connected laptop, and then maybe use a USB headset for your calls, something to that effect. That's one solution. Another is to use your cell phone and install an OpenVPN client on there, and then maybe you can install Zoiper or one of those other apps, in the App Store and connect that. That works as well. All valid solutions, they all work. The problem is, are they all solutions that people want to use? Are they all efficient? And a lot of people, it's just extra nuisance because they eventually end up figuring out, oh shoot, I had my webcam, the audio source was set wrong. There's all these fiddly configurations that people just get frustrated with when they're trying to use their laptop or another device for everything. I mean, that's the reason I still use an MP3 player when I go running, is because I don't want to have to deal with all the, setup, why aren't I listening to this, and why is my music ducking when a sound of a text message comes in, and all those annoyances that it's sometimes just better to have a standalone unit, and that's in my opinion. So maybe I'm a little bit more old school, but on occasion I actually write things down on paper every now and again too. So that may just be me, but I think a lot of our users share the fact that they would just rather have their phone in the simplicity. So how are we going to do this? How am I going to extend my desk phones to people's home internet? So after ruling out all these other solutions, it's like, no, the best solution is going to be extend, just plug in the desk phone. Let's see what we can do about that, So like I said, a lot of solutions out there, Grandstream, a lot of these systems, they have their proprietary session border controllers and stuff that handle that transparently. Very expensive units, usually. And we don't have that. So as far as having to ramp up quickly for some remote usage in the zombie apocalypse, that's not really an option, because as you notice, all these other companies were all snatching up VPN units and webcams and all these other devices to so prices started going up, availability was down. So how am I going to work this out? Well, what I stumbled upon, and I'm going to put all these links in the description and give you the details on it, but what I stumbled upon was this little $20 router from Amazon. Thing fits in the palm of your hand. I mean, it's no bigger than the palm of your hand. And great little travel router, gets great reviews. There are like 1,500 reviews on this thing. People review it really well. It has 2 Ethernet ports. It supports Wi-Fi. It's powered just from 5-volt USB, so you can run it from a battery pack. You could plug it into a camera, your laptop. It also does have a USB slot that you could run a webcam or something from. So very powerful little router. It runs OpenWRT and has its own skin on top of that. But OpenWRT is its backbone, and so it's very powerful. 128 megabytes of RAM in this little tiny box. So it's a very decent little system, and they claim to have an OpenVPN client in there. So I was going to set up an OpenVPN server, and then I decided, no, why don't I just use an EdgeRouter? I'm very familiar with EdgeRouter's site-to-site mode as far as OpenVPN, so why not just go that route? So I decided to set up, I wasn't familiar with it, but I followed a recipe on Ubiquiti's EdgeRouter cookbook site as far as how to set up OpenVPN server on the EdgeRouter. And so I followed that recipe, worked great, generated the certificates, had everything done. Bit of a pain in the butt generating the certificates, but once you have it done, it's done. So anyway, as far as the client side went, when I configured this little device, again, a little bit of a challenge to figure out, but once you figure out, the OVPN configuration file, you upload it. Once you have that figured out, it's a breeze. It's a breeze. If you make a change, deleting the old configuration, installing another one, it's a breeze. So nothing to worry about there. And the end result is that it works. It works very good. Once I configured OpenVPN on there to connect up as a client to the server at work, there's a few quirks with it. One, you cannot split the tunnel. So if your goal is to think you're going to save the bandwidth by splitting the tunnel, in this configuration, I have not figured out how to do it yet. So it may support it. I'm not going to say it doesn't support it. It might. I haven't figured it out. I tried everything. I tried the no push route. I tried all that stuff in order to make it split the tunnel. I couldn't do it. It's either everything across the VPN or nothing works. So that was one of the quirks with it. But like I said, in my instance, it being just a phone, I didn't feel there's enough bandwidth happening there. All those sessions are going to be initiated across the tunnel anyway. So I really didn't feel that there was enough to warrant me pursuing that any further. I figured all the traffic going across the VPN was actually good. So as far as that goes, the technology, it worked perfectly. I was really happy with it. 20 bucks. The availability was there. I didn't have to worry about, oh, this isn't going to ship for the next month. I had it in 2 days. Great solution for your affordability in, the zombie apocalypse times. And, it was able to help us conquer the COVID-19 lockdowns in New Mexico. So, this one gets a thumbs up from me. And, Affordable Tech Solutions, remember, you heard it here first.